All right, we're going to begin with an inside look at 48 Hours, an investigation into a decades-old cold case. This is back in June of 1993 when Jeanie Childs was found dead in her apartment in Minneapolis. No fingerprints, no DNA matches, and the case went cold. But footprints left at the crime scene eventually led police to her killer. Erin Moriarty gives us an early look at her 48 Hours report.
On June 13, 1993, Minnesota crime scene investigators were called to a Minneapolis high-rise where 35-year-old Jeanie Childs had been found stabbed to death in her apartment. Retired forensic scientist Bart Epstein.
I looked down. I could see the imprint in blood that looked like a left foot and a right foot. It's an actual bare foot. I mean, wow.
The footprints were dusted with black powder at the crime scene. When you first saw these, you said, because she's wearing socks, these belong to the killer.
That would be my feeling. That's most likely the perpetrator's footprint.
Along with the footprints, investigators collected unknown DNA from the bedroom and bathroom, but found no match. WCCO TV reporter Jennifer Mayerly.
They hit a dead end at some point and moved on. And it wasn't until 2015 that a cold case unit reopened the case.
In 2015, additional testing of the evidence collected back in 1993 determined an unknown DNA profile was found throughout the crime scene. A few years later, that profile was uploaded onto a genealogy website, leading to a man named Jerry Westrom.
Jerry Westrom is a husband, a father, a businessman. He attended church. He was a hockey dad. People were surprised.
DNA linked Westrom to Jeannie's apartment, but he denied killing her. And 48 Hours legal consultant Julie Rendelman points out that Westrom's DNA was not the only DNA recovered at the crime scene. Jeanie had been a sex worker.
There was DNA from other individuals that did not belong to Jerry Westrom, but clearly belonged to a male source.
How important did those footprints in blood become in this case?
Without the footprints, we would not be sitting here. I think that the footprints defined the path of this case.
Erin Moriarty joins us now. Erin, so great to have you here.
Barefoot killer, that's a new one for me, and especially in Minneapolis. It was June, but you know, you just don't see that happen very often.
It's rare, it's rare. So, but the fact that there were multiple DNA profiles there, how did that complicate things for investigators?
Well, because yes, that DNA, the fact there was a hit and connected Jerry Westrom means that he was likely in that apartment at some time, but you can't date DNA. And so there was other DNA. There was actually DNA on her purple panties that was never been identified. So that was complicated, and that's why those footprints became so crucial in this case, because those footprints were left in her blood. So that meant they were left by somebody who either killed her or came right afterwards.
So speaking of footprints, are footprints like handprints and fingerprints and toe prints?
Are
they all the same?
Well, that was so interesting. So the experts say that we all have that friction ridge skin on our fingers, and it's also on the bottom of our feet. But because experts run into it so rarely, the state expert had only seen it one other time. There's no large database. They say it's the same. It was really an interesting case.
They print your feet when you're bored, and that's about it.
Yeah, it's like they'll take fingerprints when you apply for a job, and that goes in a database, but they don't take our footprints.
Really interesting. Erin Moriarty, thank you
very much.
This. Really
I need to know what happened.
Well, you can.
I will.
You can watch
When can I
Erin's
watch
48
it?
Hours report, The Footprint, tomorrow night at 10/9 Central here on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.